EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Haskins, flush to his right. That one complete to Dede Westbrook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He was DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. From the gun, it's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Dede Westbrook. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 22, Haskins. Campbell making the catch. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Broncos nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Colts 7, Broncos nothing.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Haskins. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins, and that is incomplete here.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Haskins, and that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And taken right at the 35.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And that will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Don't get nervous. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't. Shift. 66. Fully high.
Throwing his lock on third down. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Y'all playing the wrong. I said, let's go.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll lose yardage here.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
41-yard line.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Deuce, buds. Kill.
On second and 12, Locke. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A 50-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
5-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
And the Colts first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And they run the option on 2nd down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Colts 21, Broncos 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Block now on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Shotgun snap to Locke.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Locke now on first down. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okwuegbunam was the target there.
That'll bring up second down.
Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
Throwing again. Locke. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. You get blocked, me. You get blocked. Two, fellas. Let's go. Ready.
Throwing on third and long. Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Double dog. That's the way. Hatchet. Smoke. Double up. Ready.
They'll go for it. It's Locke.
Got a man. It's Judy complete.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
First down and goal to go.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
49.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Drew Lock in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos cut into that lead. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10.
Colts 21. Broncos 10.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
He's back to throw here to start the drive. That's complete. Okuegbunam.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
3-yard pickup.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Locke going to keep this himself.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Haskins. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Locke going to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Check 26, check 26.
To throw it is Locke. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. They go play action with Haskins. Out to us, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
He was taken
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Play. First down, Colts.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Good. Makes the score Colts 28, Broncos 18. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
8 yards on the pick.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. To throw is Locke. And he's going to go down again. Darius Leonard in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. They fake the handoff. Now Locke sliding out of the pocket. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. From the gun, it's Locke. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now.
Brandon McManus.
Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Taylor. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he finds Cook. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Back to throw. Lock. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. But now it'll be 3rd down. One final try for Lock. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos 20.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Colts, they continue to put themselves in position for a 1st-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Denver, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.